this episode of The Commercial Break. The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Oh, yeah, cats and kittens. Welcome back to The Commercial Break. I'm Bryan Green. This is my dear friend and the co-host of this show, Krissy Hoadley. Best to you, Krissy.
Best to you, Bryan.
Best to you out there on the streaming and podcast audience. Thanks for joining us. Here we are. A lovely Tuesday afternoon.
It is lovely outside today.
On the precipice of the apocalypse.
Right.
And everything's going well. We won't think about that. We're here to give you a break from all of that jazz. What happened to my microphone? My damn kids. Is it my damn kids or is it my damn wife?
Did she
It's
get
one
on
of
the
those damn.
microphone?
What's that?
Did she get on the microphone in here?
Yeah, she was trying to help me out with a reel. And she wanted to do it one way and I wanted to do it the other. And I said, no, stand here. And she said, no, I'll stand there. And all she had to do in the reel was hit me with a shoe. And I kept telling her, hit me in the head with the shoe. And she's like, I'm not going to hit you in the head with the shoe. And I'm like, hit me in the head with the damn shoe. And she's like, I won't do that. First of all, the chancleta or the chancla in Latin America is the shoe, which I didn't know. This goes all the way back to ancient times. Apparently
Ancient
Aphrodite
times.
or somebody would throw a shoe at somebody. So the chancla is like storied in Hispanic history lore. Every household has a story about the shoe being thrown
Throwing
at
at the
them.
shoe.
Showing
Okay.
of the throwing of the shoe, the hitting of the shoe, something. Like my dad had a brush, the Irish brush, like an Irish shoe shine brush, and he would hit us with that, which is a lot worse than a shoe.
Wow. Yeah.
But, you grew up in a certain time, you got smacked. That's what happened. If you were
Yeah.
out of line, you got smacked. Or he'd like to pull the hair right behind my ear. That fucking hurt too.
Oh, the ear pull.
Anyway, I said, I have an idea for a reel. Why don't I talk about the chancleta? And then at the end of it, you take it out of my hand and you hit me. Because for now 60 reels, which is like 4 months or whatever, everybody has been saying, where's your wife? Like, we hear you talking about your wife, but where's your wife? Show her.
Produce.
Are you in captivity? Is
Produce
she
your
in
wife.
captivity? That's right. Who's in captivity? And so I said, listen, this is an easy one. All you have to do is just say something and then show your hand hitting me. So she wouldn't hit me in the head, and then she wanted to move the furniture to do the thing. And I got fussy. I was like, don't move the furniture. Come over here. What are you doing?
You
I just need your hand.
I can only picture this scene going on.
Yeah, I'm Irish. She's Venezuelan. We're two very fussy, extraordinarily hard-headed people. So when we get under each
Try
other's
to do
skin,
anything.
we start really irritating each other. But it's a game. It's fun. We like it.
Yeah.
I think there's, builds the sexual chemistry. And then we can't have sex because we have 17
gonna
children
say,
running
yeah.
around the house.
When do you get a chance to do that?
Never. It's worse than having a dog in the bed. Listen, a dog, I might be able to deal with that. I still don't like that, the idea that the dog would be
No.
looking at us. But children, that borders on, I don't know, some kind of illegal. I'm not sure what it is, but you don't do that.
No.
Not in my opinion, anyway. Like baby in the crib next to the bed, got it. That's just, you do what you have to do. But anyway, so I went on my blind date, my boy blind date.
I'm so excited to
on
hear about
Saturday.
this. Yes.
Okay. First of all, let's say that someone is in the chat saying they're wearing their TCB merch right now. That's
Ooh.
you have to have won some kind of prize. You've caught TCB on time, on a live, in a stream with your merch on. That's a trifecta.
Thank
right
you
there.
for
Thank
that.
you for
Yes, the stars aligned.
I'd say your name, but I can't read that far. My glasses aren't that good. So I shared with you last week on Friday's episode or Thursday's stream that I was set up on a boy blind date with one of Astrid's friends, has a husband, and Astrid made it a point to tell me
You better get along.
I better get
act
along.
right.
Act correctly. Don't get out of line. I need you to really like this guy. You two have to get along. And I just felt really weird. She made it weird.
Right.
She made the whole thing weird. I didn't like it. And I said to her, guys don't act like that. We're not fussy. We're not worried about, I mean, unless he's fussy, I'm not fussy. I get along with anybody. I'll just do it. So Saturday night rolls around. First of all, wasn't up here where we live. It was down in the city. So now I'm
Which
already
that's
irritated.
one of the reasons I couldn't come up for it, because it's far.
Yeah, no, I don't blame
It
you.
was Saturday night,
Yeah.
but then it turned out it was closer to where
Yeah,
I
it turns out it was next door to Krissy's house. And I just anyway, and I failed to mention who it was on Friday that I was going to see. Sal Volcano
Mhm.
from Impractical Jokers, who I had interviewed when you were out by myself, and we had a hell of a time. He was a really good guy.
Yeah, didn't. Is that the one you talked to for hours or no?
That was Nacho
That was Nacho,
Redondo,
yes,
who
okay.
is from NRDE, the Venezuelan
Mhm.
podcast that's very popular. This is like super popular, so popular. They put out a reel, and within 6 minutes, it's got like 50,000 likes.
I'm sure.
We put out a reel, and within 6 minutes, no one has seen it. Not even us. We don't know where it went. Instagram goes, no thanks.
No, let me flag that for a minute.
Here,
for
let me give you the sound that Instagram makes when we put on a reel. So my board is going rogue. So Saturday night rolls around. I'm already a little bit irritated that we got to drive all the way down there. I'm the designated driver now. I've been designated as the designated driver, but that's okay because I'm not going to drink or whatever. So we go to their house to go meet these people.
Maybe that's what Astrid. It just dawned on me. Maybe she was thinking about your driving. That was where you needed to act right,
Well, no, she would have said that's yeah.
Mr.
She sent me this
ticket.
I just had to pay my super speeder.
Oh God.
$250 fine. So I didn't get my license revoked. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, they revoke your fucking license.
They're serious.
If you don't pay them extra money. Is that it?
I know, right?
Isn't that taxation without causation or some shit? I don't know. I already had to pay the fine. Why do I have to pay more money? I already paid like $900 for the first ticket. Now I got to pay an extra $250. And my insurance is certainly going to fuck me. I know that for a fact. So we get in the car, we go, and it had been raining all day long.
Yes.
But these people that we were going to pick up, the day before, not weather related, had a power outage for like 20 hours. They were one of 3 people in the entire neighborhood that they live in that had no power for like 20 hours. And so I instantaneously thought to myself, bail. It's a reason to bail. So I go, Astrid, listen, if they can't get showered or dressed or she can't do her hair or something like that, the curling iron's not working, just no pressure.
No pressure. Yeah.
No pressure. I'll be happy to stay in my PJs and hang out here, right? And Astrid's like, no, we're going to go. Power comes back on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, power goes back out at their house.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want to put them out. Because now I'm feeling weird. I'm feeling all kind of stress about meeting some guy that I may or may not get along with and that I'm being forced to like. I feel like a prisoner in a friendship camp.
Right.
You know? I feel like I've joined a fraternity against my will. I have to like everybody now. So we get ready and, what do you wear to a comedy show? Am I impressing this guy or am I supposed to dress up for Sal or who exactly am I getting dressed for now? I'm all concerned. And we're going to the Symphony Hall. Comedy at the Symphony Hall makes getting dressed very difficult because you feel like you're going somewhere important.
That's true.
But you're going to see Sal Volcano. And no offense to Sal Volcano, he's on Impractical Jokers. The guy is not, he's not. I don't know. We're not going
It's
to
not a
see
dressy.
Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, it's not a dressy, super dressy.
Tchaikovsky.
That was his brother.
Yeah. So we get to the house, pitch black at their house. Poor people. They come out of the darkness, like the garage is open, but you can't see in it. And now we're
They
sitting.
emerge.
Yeah, we're sitting in their driveway, and Astrid, he's got a name, but this name, I think I am saying it correctly. I'm not going to say the name because I don't know if he wants to be on the show, but I think I'm saying it correctly. But it's a Spanish name, and she keeps on repeating it to me, and I think I'm hearing it the same way. Like, I'm going to give you an example of a name, right? This is an example of a name, not his name, but an example. Jose, 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 Jose. We're in the car doing this fucking Laurel and Hardy routine, and I'm saying it correct. I don't know any other way to say it. So, and then I'm like, we're sitting in the driveway, and I'm like, do we get out? And she's like, they don't have power, Bryan. Do you think they want us to come in their house when they don't have power? And I go, well, that's a pretty keen observation, but I don't know. Should we go in their house?
You could have come to the door.
We didn't even go to the door. We're sitting in there in the car, like two nudniks, waiting for our teenage friends to come out, sneak out of the house.
The dark house.
Yeah, the dark house. I feel like there's something wrong with me. What am I doing? Why am I not going to the door? I don't know. And then they appear out of the darkness.
Right, in the mist, the rain, fog mist.
Right. And then I got to get out. Yeah, exactly. It's cloudy. It's weird. It's rainy. It's windy. So then I get out of the car, and Astrid's like, what do we do? And I'm like, get out of the car. Let's get out of the car. Let's say hello. I don't know. I'm meeting your boyfriend. I'm meeting my new boyfriend for the first time. What do you want me to do? Do I got to give him a hug, touch his balls? What do I do? How do we handle this? Is there a kiss at the end of the date? I'm concerned. Is my breath smell okay? I get out of the car, and I say, hey, Jose, nice to meet you. And he starts laughing instantaneously. He's like, what did you call me? And I'm like, Jose. He goes, it's okay, man. People say it all different ways in the United States. Meanwhile, the guy's Jose. Yeah, Astrid's like, the accent's on the J. And I'm like, the accent's on the J. The J is silent. What are you talking about? The accent's on the J. Stop it. Stop fucking around. You're just messing with me now. So they get in the back of the car, and honestly, the guy could not have been nicer. Like, I think the fact that I was driving and he was behind me and he didn't have to look at my face and I didn't have to look at his took the stress off a little bit.
That's true. Yeah. You're not face to face at like a dinner.
Yeah.
Across from each other.
I have social anxiety just like everybody else does. And I don't like talking to people and staring them in the eye when I don't know them, right? It's something hard for me to do. I mean, I do it, but I'm forcing myself to do it. I'm screaming for help inside of my head, but I do it. But when I get into an Uber, I'm only looking at the back of the guy's head. So I don't care. I'll talk to him, because I'm looking at the back of his head. I don't care. I can be weird, and I don't have to worry about it. So I felt like that, like, it desensitized the whole situation. So now of course we have a
soft intro.
Yeah, I'm sliding in. I'm easing my way in. Just the tip.
Yeah, just the
tip.
Start slow.
Yeah, now we have a 4-hour drive down to downtown Atlanta from where we live. So that's good.
Were you playing music or anything? I'm kind of curious as to or was it just light banter?
No, I actually had like Sirius XM on a news station.
Oh.
And I don't know. Like I don't know. So I immediately I'm scrambling to turn off all the images on, because it shows you which channel you're listening to, and it says, liberal. Fucking hippie. That's what it says basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I switch around. I don't just listen to that station,
right.
But it happened to be on. I didn't even have the volume up, but then I noticed as soon as he sits down in the car, I noticed that this big picture of this image of this particular channel is up there. And I'm like, fuck, I'm dead. And so now I'm smashing things on the stereo. I'm like, ah. And one of the buttons is broken. So I'm like, covering it with my hand while I'm trying to turn it off. So then, because of one of the buttons is broken, it says that I need an oil change, check the tire pressure, and service is due on my car. but none of those things are true. But the service guy can't fix it because the button he needs to press is broken.
Oh my God.
We gave the
So
car
you're
to.
hoping he doesn't see that.
Yeah,
that they
right.
don't see that
Yeah.
like your car's about to fall
Yeah.
apart.
How could you ignore it? It's just flashing at you. And it's making a noise
Needs
every.
service.
Yeah. Bing.
Needs
Yeah.
service.
Engine dying. So, Jose, where do you get your oil changed? My last guy retired in 2002, and I haven't found a new one yet. I had a guy I liked. I just haven't found the right one yet. Don't mind that tire fell off. Like, I'm pretty sure it's still on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's just a button broken.
You can cruise with 3, right? Ignore the sparks.
As you slide into the
as I'm
symphony
like,
hall.
yeah, as I'm just like grinding into the symphony hall. So we drive down there, light conversation, having fun, laughing and joking. Thank God they don't talk about the fucking podcast, which a lot of people like to do, right? A lot of people like to talk about the podcast. And that's that's the worst thing you could do to me at the first time you meet me is talk about the podcast because it also automatically shuts me down. Give me an hour. Like, let's have some normal conversation and then we can talk about the podcast. But I talk about the podcast a lot in my everyday life. And it's just like when I meet new people, it's a chance to not talk about the podcast.
Yes.
So anyway, so I appreciated it. And I liked him. I thought he was really nice. He's actually a very cool guy. He was funny. He was interesting. There was no slowdown in conversation. This was a blind date and it went just fine. The conversation popped along. We had mutual interests. I found him attractive. There you go.
Ticking all the boxes.
Ticking all the boxes. So we get down there, we park, we walk over, and we had emailed Sal's tour manager, who was also the opening comic. So I guess Sal takes him along, and then the tour manager also either has aspirations to be a stand-up comic, and Sal is giving him the incredible opportunity to cut his teeth in front of 2,000 people at a time, or he's a comic and he doubles as the tour manager. Whatever it is, the guy could not have been nicer. I mean, he just could not have been. Cheers all around to Sal Volcano's team because they were incredible.
That's always nice.
Let me
and there's not people that are assholes that you're dealing with.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that people aren't assholes when I'm dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? But let me say this. When we have interviewed people, and we've interviewed a lot of people, there are often times where we will, after the show or during the show sometimes, people will make overtures that we should come see them, get in contact. If we don't often do that. I don't pull that card too much, mainly because I have kids and I don't want them running around for no reason. And then I can't make it for some reason. And then, you have things that you do too. It's like we can't make it to every single show from every comedian that comes on the show. That's all we'd be doing all week long is just seeing comedians. But Sal was extra gracious. And when I interviewed him, he insisted, come to the show, come backstage, come say hi, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
You imagine in your head that these people forget about you the instant that they get off air.
Of course.
Right? They must. He's doing 12. He goes into Theo Vaughn after he does me. Who do you think he's thinking about? Bryan Green or Theo Vaughn? Rogan or Bryan, Letterman or Bryan. I don't know. It's like, of course he's not thinking about me. And I don't expect that he would. But we get there and the guy says, well, I'll leave some tickets for you at the box office. We get to the box office and I got a fucking flex. And here's the flex. We're all go up to the box office together. Me, my blind date, and my wife and her friend. So we're all up at the box office together. And I go, hey, I was told to come to the box office. Tickets for somebody left something for Bryan Green. And she's got it right there in front of her. And she goes, yes, Mr. Green. The tour manager told me that you'd be coming by. There are tickets. There are also passes. When the show is over, please stay in your seat. The tour manager would like to come get you. And I was like,
impressing
fucking flex.
people, right?
Fucking flex. And turns out my new boyfriend, and don't worry, Starbucks boyfriend Lance. This is not, I'm not taking you away.
There's no competition.
There's no competition because that other guy's too busy to have coffee with us every morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. So don't worry, we got it. So now we've got these passes and we've got these tickets. Tickets are fucking fantastic. Center, 4 or 5 rows back, done deal.
The band tickets.
the band
Mhm.
tickets, right? Not first row, because those are expensive seats. You got to sell those.
Mhm.
And no one really wants to sit in the first row at a comedy show anyway. You don't want a podcaster in the first row. And I realize this. If you'll notice, Ari Shafir, Tom Papa, all these comics that we've gone and seen, we don't get first row tickets. I think not because they wouldn't like to give us first or second row tickets, but because it could be the worst possible thing in the world to have a chatty fucking podcaster get involved in your crowd work.
Yeah,
Do you know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying?
Yes. for
Who's
sure.
going to out joke who? Because
Mhm.
Mr. Comedy Podcaster over there with 900 episodes,
Right.
898 of which aren't funny, thinks he's going to take my show. I get it.
Yeah.
I would make the same move also. Don't give them the really good tickets, give them the pretty good tickets. But Sal gave us really good tickets, just not like front row tickets. But anyway, so we're there.
No, you want to be a little back, anyways. Yeah.
I do. I don't want to sit right.
Right.
I don't want to be right there. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be involved in the crowd work, quite frankly. Show starts. Tour manager comes on. We don't know this at the time that he's the tour
That
manager.
he's the guy. Yeah.
But he comes on, does some crowd work, hypes the crowd up. Here's the funniest thing in the world. This is a little secret. There's a guy backstage, right? You know,
Oh, you get the megaphone out for
I
this.
get the megaphone out. Let me make sure that it's not too loud because my
Right.
children fucking play with
They
it all the
love
time.
that thing.
Hey, Atlanta! It's a Saturday night and you're here to see Sal Volcano. How you feeling? You know, people are like, woo.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. No pictures or flash photography. Please put your phones away. You're not allowed to take any photographs. If we see you taking a photograph, we may have to ask you to leave. Are you ready, Atlanta? You know, voice of God. Headless, faceless, no one there, right?
Okay.
Okay.
It's just the
So
voice.
this announcement is like 10 minutes before,
Mhm.
5 minutes before, lights go down. Atlanta, it's time. Are you ready to see Sal Volcano? Everyone's like, ah!
Yeah,
You
the
know,
big buildup.
Big buildup, right? Ladies and gentlemen, your MC for the night. You know, I can't remember his name. Let's call him Mike. Mike, what's up? Mike comes out, and I go to Astrid. I go, this is going to be the same voice that was just the guy announcing. And guess what? He goes up to the microphone. Hey, Atlanta! It's the same voice.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the same guy. The poor bastard had to introduce himself like that. But I knew it because, of course, that's the way that shit works,
Yeah, you gotta
right?
double up.
You're not gonna pay someone just to stand
Well,
there and hype
right.
you up.
Yeah.
You got your tour manager / opening comedian. Anyway, he does 5-7 minutes. It's good. He does a great job. He gets the crowd a little warmed up, and then a second comedian comes on. I'm gonna take the time to find his name. We're gonna take a short break because we go long on these
We
lines.
do. I know. We get into it.
I know. Krissy's like, I want to go home.
No. No, I just got here.
I'm kidding. I know. She's like, can we do more than 3 minutes of content? All right, we'll take a break and we'll come back at 2 and 2.
Okay, you're probably wondering why I, Rachel, have taken over the voice duties at TCB. It's pretty simple. Astrid asked me to shut Bryan up, even for a minute. Well, lovely Astrid, your wish is my command. Do you want to help Astrid too? You know you do. Leave a message for her, or me, or Krissy at 212-433-3TCB. That's 212-433-3822. You can be on the show too. Just call and say something. Anything. Or text us and we'll text you right back. Promise. Then head over to tcbpodcast.com and get your free sticker. It's your constitutional right to a sticker, and we must abide. You get the point. Follow us on Instagram at The Commercial Break and watch all the episodes on video at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Best to you and Astrid, especially Astrid.
All right, Chris Johnston is the guy who opened up, the tour manager / MC.
Okay.
Announcer. First guy, yeah. He was good.
Mhm.
And then Mike Fenoya came on
Mike
next.
Fenoya.
Mike Fenoya. And let me tell you something. Did 15, 20 minutes. He fucking murdered it, Krissy. I laughed so hard. I mean, so hard. I can't remember laughing this hard at a live show.
I want to look him up now.
You have to look him up. He
Mhm.
was so good. Weird looking dude. He said that at Thanksgiving, his little nephew said, "You have a baby's face on an old head." And it's true. That's a perfect description of him. Perfect description.
At least he has a baby face.
He said, what's that?
At least he has a baby face.
At least he has a baby face. I don't want to do his jokes because it's really funny if you go see him. But one of the jokes he told is, he goes, "I'm not into politics. I hate politics. It drives us crazy. We're all divided." And he goes, "But I met a kid the other day," and trust me, this was not an anti-Trump roast whatsoever. But he said, "I was in the Jersey Turnpike and I went to go take a piss." And he goes, and some kid knocked into me. And he goes, and this kid was probably 250 pounds, 6 years old, wearing Trump gear from head to toe. He's like, if Cartman was a human being, this would have been the kid. He goes, "I've never hated someone so much in my life." But the way he described it, it was just like, this guy is good. You got to go look him up. All right, so he kills. Crowd goes crazy. Then, Sal Volcano. Now, I'm just going to be honest here. I'm going to be honest about being honest. Sal has been a stand-up comedian since before Impractical Jokers. He was doing improv and stand-up comedy long before Impractical Jokers, which has just been on for about a decade.
And where is he from?
He's from Jersey.
From Jersey,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't know what to expect
Mhm.
from a guy that's on television that is doing stand-up. And when I talked to him and we had that conversation, he made it clear that stand-up was his passion. I
Mhm.
also know because I've seen him on the podcast circuit, and respected podcasters, I say respected and large podcasters have had him on.
Mhm.
Like Theo Vaughn sat down with him for 2 or 3 hours. I think he's been on Rogan one time before. Anyway, so these people don't have no-name comics on there. And he does have clout because of Impractical Jokers, but I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
I didn't know what to expect.
But sometimes that's the best way. Just go
Agreed.
in low expectations.
Right. I had watched a little bit of a thing or two he had on YouTube because he was coming in. Some of it was funny, but did it make me roll on the floor? No, it didn't. But he has this brand new set that he's touring with, and he came on, and the first 5 minutes was kind of like, okay, he did some crowd work, kind of hit or miss. And then he got into the act. And I thought maybe this was going to be like an Impractical Jokers cuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're going to talk about the whole time. He did not mention Impractical Jokers, maybe twice in the entire set. And it wasn't to talk about some big, long story about Impractical Jokers, just to mention, from the show, from Impractical
Mhm.
Jokers. He fucking murdered it for about an hour
That's
and
great.
15 minutes. He was so fucking sharp and funny and observational. He talked about his anxieties and his pregnancy with his wife. He told the story about how his wife had post-eclampsia, like a really serious condition.
Oh, God.
So he, at the end of the set, I'm not gonna spoil his set. Go see him. But at the end of the set, he tells this 3-minute buildup, and everyone's like, oh. And then there is a punchline, Krissy, that almost made me piss myself. Because we're all about to cry for his wife.
Right.
And then he turns it into a joke, and it was brilliantly crafted. The buildup, the lead up, it was like mic drop moment. Brilliantly
I love it when
crafted.
people can do that. Turn something
Yes,
that sounds terrible. into that, yeah.
Absolutely. He did it. And he kept doing that to us. He kept going in serious, heartfelt, blah, blah, blah. You feel for him, and then he kills with the punchline. The guy was good.
Nice.
Show's over. Oh, by the way, I'd been sitting, we were sitting in the middle, and a whole stack of people
Mhm.
came right next to me, right? When we were the symphony has about 30 seats across.
Yes.
So when you got to get out, you got to
Yeah,
ask the entire road. You got to
Right.
bother the entire
Yeah, I
fucking road.
know. I hate
It's
doing that.
terrible. I hate it. It's
I know.
that's for me, that's hell on earth, right? To then on an airplane, anywhere, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My little bladder can't handle the next. I know we're about to land, but my prostate is the size of a softball. I got to go again. So I held it. But in walks this row of people, so we all had to stand up and let them through. And it was 8 African-American people.
Mhm.
Guy that sits next to me has got a beard. He's a sharp-looking, sharp-dressed guy. Before the show starts, he takes out a nail file, and he starts filing his nails
Oh.
at the show.
Interesting.
And I'm like, I'm not sure I love this. I'm not sure I love what's going on here. I don't want to be sucking in your nail dust. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. No. Yeah,
But
that's
okay, you feel like your nails are long. I hate that feeling too. I mean,
But at the show.
at the show, I don't know. But he's sitting cross.
Maybe he tore his nail.
Maybe.
That's happened to
Hey,
me
listen, I'm trying not to be judgmental.
Mhm.
I'm trying to keep my head on my shoulders, but you know me. I'm OCD. I get irritated by things easily. So, but as the show gets going, him and I are laughing at we're laughing at the exact same jokes at the exact same time. So I already feel like I have a vibe with this guy. I'm like, cool, like this guy. So show's over, right? Everyone, everyone had a great time, and then we're supposed to sit and take out our little passes, right? And so we take out our little passes, and we're sitting there, and the entire place empties out. It's a sticky, but I didn't stick it on me because I didn't want to. Right. I want to flex in front of the people I know, but I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see anybody else with them on, so I didn't really feel the need. It's not my first rodeo. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
It's like when you get a backstage pass to a concert or a festival. The first 4 or 5 times that happens, of course you have the backstage pass swinging like a dick. Yes. But by the 10th time you get a backstage pass, you hide it because now it's just extra reason for people to stare at you or ask you if they can get backstage also. It's not a flex. It's an irritation, right? So you only take it out if you need to take it out. So I didn't. So, I just kind of kept it in. We kept it in the envelope. So everybody gets up, 15 minutes. The whole place is empty. But these people next to me are sitting also.
Okay.
Usher comes by.
Tickets too.
Yeah. Security guard comes by. He says, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And we said, "Well, he
didn't know why you were still sitting.
I had no idea why we were sitting there. And we're like
the show's over.
Yeah. There's like 4 other people up front standing by the stage. A couple of them were taking pictures with Mike. Fenoya, and then they left, and then there were like 2 or 3 other people that were sitting up front also standing there. So security guard comes over and says, "Hey, what's going on here?" And the people next to me all start taking out these same passes that we have. And he says, "Well, we're supposed to stay here for the tour manager." And he's like, "Is everyone here together?" And I go, "We weren't, but we are now," right? And they say, "Okay," so we're all laughing. Then the guy who was sitting next to me the whole time turns around. And I'm not going to say his name because, I don't know if he chooses. I'm not going to talk about where he is publicly. But I recognize this guy is also a famous podcaster.
Really?
And he is with a famous comedian that's on the other end that I can't see. But now that the lights are on, I can see. So I'll share with you later. Okay. But okay. So I'm like, oh, okay. So here we are, right? So then he says, "You guys go to the merch table." Right. And I don't think the security guard knows what he's talking about. But what am I going to do?
He just want to get you out of the seats.
Yeah, he wanted to get us out of the seats. He has to go home. Right. But what am I going to do? Right. So we all get up. We go to the merch table. Out in the merch table is Chris, the guy who who opened up the show, the MC. And he's holding a clipboard and he's taking pictures with people and he's signing things and, he's giving away T-shirts or whatever. And then
he's the merch guy too.
No, there was no. There was another merch guy. No. He's standing outside the merch table. Okay. But I think I now start to understand what's going on here. And I go, "Hey, Chris, really good job tonight." And he goes, "Oh, thanks, man. Thanks." And I have the pass in my hand. And so he's shaking my hand and he kind of puts his arm around me and he goes, "What? So you guys from Atlanta?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, do you have a pass in your hand? And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, are you Bryan Green from the commercial break?" And I go, "Yes, I am." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, man." He goes, "Sal really wants to meet you. So go sit back down in there." And I'm like, I just got out of back there. I don't.
Ask the security guard.
Yeah, we need communication here because so now there's like 12 of us, right? We're doing this dance. So we all go back in. Security guard's like,
right.
You got to go to the merch table. And I go, "The tour manager just told us to go inside." And he goes, "Oh, he did?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes like this, like, "I'm not going to get to the bar by 10. Yeah. We all go back. We all go sit down. And then Chris divides us into groups and takes us back to meet Sal backstage. Sal could not have been nicer. He said the nicest thing. He gave me a hug. So if you listen to the Sal episode, you'll know something. He doesn't like to fly. He's a germaphobe and he's OCD. And that's real. That's not like pretend. It's real. He's not Howie Mandel level germaphobe, but he doesn't like to shake people's hands. It's not his favorite thing. So I go to give him knucks, right? Because I remembered.
Bump.
I go to give him a bump. Mm-hmm. He goes like this.
Oh.
And I'm like,
He was going in for the hug.
Yeah, it's like you go in for a kiss on a blind date on a date and she turns her cheek. That's what I did. He went in for the hug and I went, "Knuckles, don't touch me. You want to see a germaphobe? I'm a germaphobe." But then we give each other a hug. But he gave me a hug. He squeezed me, patted my back. And he's like, "Man, I got to tell you, when I I know this may sound like bullshit, but I'm being honest. When I came on, I had such a good time. I really enjoyed the conversation I had with you.
That's
And I remembered it.
lovely.
I'm glad you got a chance to come by. So then we all talked chatty. He also remembered that my wife was from Venezuela.
Mhm.
Can you believe that? He remembered that my wife was from Venezuela. He asked how everyone was doing
Yeah.
because he remembered that. That is amazing. Now, either he took notes and goes back through the book or whatever. He has his tour manager. I don't know how that all goes down, but those are the things that
Make a difference.
yes. And he
Mhm.
was such a fucking nice guy. Such a nice guy. And I was just grateful for the opportunity to go meet him. I was grateful that we got a chance to see him in his element.
So the blind date got a chance to meet him too, right?
Blind date
Oh,
came,
yeah.
got pictures.
Okay.
Fucking flex. A
Impressive.
fucking flex.
Not a
Dude,
bad first date.
not a bad first date at all. Listen, and they are Impractical Jokers fans.
Mm.
And Sal told me, and I will
It's
tell
a
you,
win all around.
it's a win all around. I will tell you, the audience out there will in fact be another season of Impractical Jokers.
Okay.
When he came on, they were negotiating, they were debating, they were thinking about it, and he told us
They're going
that
for it.
just the other day they figured
People
out
are
they signed the
demanding it.
contract. Yeah, listen, Impractical Jokers, I think, is one of the more popular shows on television, period, end of sentence. It's like subtitled and put all
Mhm.
around the world. It's a juggernaut show. It really is. And so, yeah. And three of the members, I think, are still there. Were 4 of them, and now there's 3 of them. I think
And
Joe
then there were
Gatto
3.
left. Yeah, Joe
Yeah.
Gatto left.
Oh, that's right.
Did,
Joe
did
Gatto.
you hear
Did
about
we?
that whole
Yeah.
thing? Joe Gatto got accused. I was
Yeah.
not. I didn't talk about this. He was supposed to come on our show.
Mm-hmm.
2 days before he was supposed to come on our show, Krissy sends me an article, and she's like, "Did you hear about this?" And I was like, "Whoa!" And then I went down a big rabbit hole, a deep dark rabbit hole about what seems like a disturbed young lady who made some pretty brash accusations against Joe Gatto. Now, if I think she has since said this did not happen, I was seeking some attention.
Yeah.
She
It was pretty
apologized to Joe.
serious
It was pretty
accusation.
serious
Yeah.
accusation. Like, he came up to her hotel room and cornered her,
Mhm.
and she was 18 at the time, and all this other stuff. And Joe went on hiatus.
Yeah.
We didn't have to cancel because his agent said, obviously, right now we can't do interviews. And I'm glad that call was made because it's not that kind of show. We're not going to hash it out here.
Yeah.
And but a couple of weeks later, she came out and said didn't happen anyway. So Joe is back. Joe is doing
Oh,
comedy.
Joe's back. Well, he's
Yeah.
back with the
He-
Impractical Jokers, or
No,
no?
he's not back with Impractical
Okay.
Jokers, but he's out there. He's doing things
His
again.
own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I see him on Instagram and whatever. And who knows? Maybe we'll catch up with him at some point. But anyway, but he left the show a while ago.
Yeah.
Before this all happened, he left the show. But he's out doing his own stand-up thing too. But here's the connection that I want to make, and we'll talk about it. Mike Finoia,
Mm-hmm.
he came out on stage to One More Saturday Night
Yeah.
by the Grateful Dead. And the first thing that he said was, I'm a Dead fan. I'm a huge Dead fan. And he's like, so, there's that. I forgot how he positioned it, but it didn't sound off to me, but we didn't have our phones with us.
Okay.
So we
Yeah,
did
because I
not
had
know.
texted you.
You texted me, but my
Mhm.
phone was off.
Right.
So I did not know that just 10 minutes earlier, it was announced that Bob Weir
Yeah.
of the Grateful Dead, the guitarist of the Grateful Dead, had passed away after a rather short but unannounced battle with cancer. This
Mhm.
seems to be kind of a trend in Hollywood, is that you don't know somebody's sick, and who cares? It's his personal business. He doesn't tell everybody,
Mhm.
right? But it would appear that he died, according to an oncologist that I know. It appears that some of these things that have been said in the media, that he may have had lung cancer.
Mhm.
And so apparently he had treatment. It just started
Yeah.
treatment, but he passed away. And if I'm being honest, last 2 times I saw some video of him, he didn't look super fantastic.
Well, I think it was the last show that he played with the Golden Gate, where they had their big 60th
Mm-hmm.
anniversary. Yeah, I think then he wasn't feeling totally up to
Snuff.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't sound like
So,
it either, right? It sounded
mhm.
like he was struggling to get around the fretboard, but he was probably on medication and
I mean, the
dealing with it.
fact that any of them
It's amazing.
lived past the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
I mean,
I talked to a really super deadhead
yeah.
for at length on Sunday, and he explained that Bob was an alcoholic and drug addict long past when anybody should have been, right?
Mhm.
That he dealt with it through the Fare Thee Well tours, and that he had friends that were at the hotel where Bob was staying, and that it appeared that Bob was imbibing and having a good time, as he should. God bless him, whatever. The guy took more acid
Oh, yeah.
than any human being should look at, let alone ingest. In like one sitting, they would take drops and drops and drops of acid and then go out and play. He was 16
16.
when the
Yeah, when he
electric
started.
Kool-Aid acid test started.
He started playing with Jerry. Yeah. It's
And
amazing.
here's the story that blows my balls off every time I hear it. And it really, like, my heart is with Bob. Well, can I share a story?
Of course.
I was a Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden dude,
Yes.
hardcore, right? I loved that kind of music. And I liked hip hop too. I like,
Mhm.
Third Bass and, Snoop Dogg and all that other stuff. I was a child of the 90s. I was a product of MTV. I knew the one song from the Grateful Dead like everybody knew, Touch of Grey. And I liked the video. But I was not.
That video is really funny. by
It's
the
weird.
way.
It's so
It is.
weird.
It is. It's bizarre.
I was not a Grateful Dead fan
Mhm.
by any stretch of the imagination. I didn't know anything about the Grateful Dead. And then I took like a 3-week long car ride with a hippie chick I fell in love with and her best friend, who was also a hippie chick. And we took a 3-week journey down to Florida, and we went on every shitty state road. We stopped at Psychics and Tallapoosa. We hit every beach from here to there. We, drank margaritas and convinced people to sell us cigarettes and booze. And they had hundreds of tapes in a box. And we listened to nothing but the Grateful Dead. And I sat in the back of that car, in that old Oldsmobile. I sat in the back of that car, ingesting all the secondhand weed smoke, smoking, taking LSD, just a trip.
Yeah.
And those girls would talk to the Grateful Dead and about the Grateful Dead like they were best friends. Oh, Jerry, you're being so funny tonight. Oh, Bob, you're such a rock and roller with your short hair and your short
The
shorts.
short shorts.
Yeah, and your dick hanging out.
Yeah.
There you go, screaming again like a rock and roller, Bob. Oh, Phil, you know how to do it. You're the best of the best. They were, oh, Mickey, drums is great tonight. It was like we were at the concert
Mhm.
when we were listening to these tapes, night after night, driving through Florida. We even went to Disney World and got locked out of our car and had to have
Right.
security, high on
I remember
ecstasy.
you
Fine,
said-
yes.
I remember the story.
And I left that trip in love with the Grateful
yeah.
Dead, in love with those two hippie chicks, and in love with the Dead. And ever since, I think that they are the greatest American rock and roll
I
band.
mean, seriously.
No.
They're the genesis and the inspiration for so many other musicians
Of
that we
course.
love. Yeah.
Of course. And there is no other story greater than the Grateful Dead. There is no band that has lasted as long in so many different permeations and variations.
Mhm.
It's all about the music. It always has been. Jerry was obviously the heart and soul of the band, but it has continued.
It has.
And I was talking to this Deadhead. It will continue. Your version of the Grateful Dead, younger people, will not be. My version of the Grateful Dead will not be the people who grew up in the 60s and 70s version of the Grateful Dead. This is going to continue forever if they have their way, right? And John now carries the flag along with Mickey, if however long Mickey stays around.
Yeah, O'Teal.
Yeah,
Been there
O'Teal,
too.
that's right. But Bob was certainly, if Jerry was the heart, then Bob was the soul of the Grateful Dead. Yeah, he was the rock and roll guy. He brought in the licks and he kept it popping and young and fresh. The story that I love is that in one of the electric Kool-Aid acid tests, because he was 16 and still in school, after taking hundreds of micrograms of LSD and playing all night long to all of these, what would be formative young people who would go on to do great things themselves. People like Steve Jobs. I don't think Steve Jobs was there, but people like that
Mhm.
in those early Haight-Ashbury days. He played all night. Terrible music. If you've ever listened to it, it's terrible. But they were learning. They
Yeah.
were learning how to be the Grateful Dead, right? And that's the beautiful thing about them too. And then he had to catch the bus
To go to school?
to do so he could go home, do his homework, so he could run to school.
Oh my
It's a
God.
fucking amazing story.
Oh, no, what a life. What a life.
And the third time that it happened, the electric Kool-Aid acid test, and he had to go to school the next day. He went home. He looked at his homework. He couldn't see the numbers
Yeah.
straight. And he said, you know what? I'm out. See you later. I'm going to go be in the Grateful Dead. And the one thing that I love about the Grateful Dead and that I like about Bob is that, warts and all, the band was terrible when they started. I think you could objectively say the music was not that fantastic, but it got better over
Evolved
time.
and changed.
Yeah. And that's what's beautiful about the Grateful Dead is they let you see, warts and all. It changes, it breathes, it lives,
Mhm.
it moves, it mutates. You know, I don't want to sound all hippy dippy about it, but it's kind of hippy dippy.
There's a great Netflix documentary, the other one, called The Other One, with Bob Weir. It came out maybe like 5-6 years ago. It's great.
Okay. It's
Highly
about the Grateful
recommend.
Dead or
Yeah,
about
I
Bob?
sent you a link
Okay.
to it.
I'm
but
gonna
yeah.
watch it.
It's
I'm gonna
mostly
watch it.
about Bob, but I mean his involvement with the Grateful Dead. Yeah.
I want to get into it. Now.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna grow my hair out and be a hippie. It's at one of my daughter's schools today. The kids kept asking why I didn't have any hair.
The kids ask that.
Little fuckers. Yeah, they do. Because they have no filter. So anyway. All right, let's take a short break. And when we get back, we'll talk more shit. We'll be back. Oh, I actually got to do the commercials? Oh, okay.
Okay,
I
yeah.
need somebody to do this for me. Where's my Bob Weir?
Hey, it's Rachel, your new voice of God here on TCB. And just like you, I'm wondering just how much longer this podcast can continue. Let's all rejoice that another episode has made it to your ears, and I'll rejoice that my check is in the mail. Speaking of mail, get your free TCB sticker in the mail by going to tcbpodcast.com and visiting the Contact Us page. You can also find the entire commercial break library, audio and video, just in case you want to look at Krissy, at tcbpodcast.com. Want your voice to be on an episode of the show? Leave us a message at 212-433-3TCB. That's 212-433-3822. Tell us how much you love us, and we'll be sure to let the world know on a future episode. Or you could make fun of us. That'd be fine too. We might not air that, but maybe. Oh, and if you're shy, that's okay. Just send a text. We'll respond. Now I'm gonna go check the mailbox for payment while you check out our sponsors, and then we'll return to this episode of the commercial break.
I can't see it.
It's there.
No, God, we both got those coughs. It's just
Never ends.
I know.
Where
I
is
feel like
it?
I've had it for 6 months.
That's right. No,
Goes away,
speak-
comes back, goes away, comes back.
Yeah. Someone loves you, Krissy, in the chat.
Oh.
And someone they can hear Blue because they're saying, tell Blue we said hi. Okay. All right. Settle down. That's the doggy. Snoop doggy. Blue the doggy.
I love you too, by the way.
Yeah, I told my father-in-law he has like a new guard dog in Venezuela. And he's got like this. The dog, his name is Nala, and it's a
nice,
big, Presa Canario kind of dog, right? It's huge. The thing is huge. And I said, does it eat squirrels and snakes and stuff like that? And he goes, yeah, it probably would. And I said, good. You want to take it along with you? You give Blue a snack. But then, like Astrid was saying, Blue would probably scare off the dog because that's how.
Oh
Blue
yeah.
is. Yeah.
She acts like she's huge.
She does not care. She has no. I learned something interesting about dogs. They have no size
Right.
reference.
Mhm.
So if they're aggressive, if they're the leader of the pack, if that's their personality, and Blue has a chip on her shoulder for sure, then she's going to be the leader of the pack.
She
That's just going to be the way it is.
And then laid out your feet and put her belly up. To be
Yeah,
rubbed.
that's how she does it. She knows how to work the system
She
around
does.
here. She's been working the system for a long time. But it's like that guy, one of the comedians said, I can't remember, it was Mike, and he said, we've chosen we're not going to have kids. And he's like, because I have a dog and that's my child. And he goes, and I'm not going to ruin it for the dog by having kids where the dog becomes a second-class citizen. And Astrid looked at me and she goes, it's true. And I go, it is true. It is true that poor fucking Blue's life was fucked up the day we brought the first child home.
Mhm.
It no longer was the queen of the house.
Nope.
And that's just the way that it is. But she has always been good with the children.
Very good.
If she wasn't good with the children, I think my empathy would stop stop being so deep
course.
for her and my patience.
She's
for
very
Oliver
good with
Martin.
the kids.
That's right. The Golden Globes happened over the weekend. I watched a good chunk of it.
I did too. I watched the whole thing. Surprisingly, I don't normally tune into those shows, but it was on, and I thought, well, I'm going to watch it, and it kind of had me from the beginning. I like Nikki, the host.
She did a great job.
She did.
Second year, I think she kind of sat in her seat a little bit more this time. She pulled out a few punches, not a ton, but a few punches.
Enough to be funny.
Enough. CBS News is where you get your BS news. That's pretty funny.
And then Sean Penn being a leathered Italian bag.
He even laughed. He even thought it was funny. Sean Penn.
Have you seen that movie, One Battle After Another?
I have watched the first 15 minutes of it.
It's good. And Sean Penn, man, what a part he plays.
He's already creepy and weird. And I'm like, wow, this is weird. Because, in some parts he has like no teeth and another. Anyway, I'll let you know when I watch it. But the Golden Globes I thought was generally entertaining. I am not all about the two podcasters in the background talking when people go up for the. I don't know what the fuck that's all about.
I tuned that out. I was kind of like, what do they say?
Can we not do that?
Yeah, I caught like a couple things they said, but otherwise I tuned it out.
Yeah, CBS, can we not do that? And then the one thing that really bothered me is that fucking FanDuel or whatever, that Kalshi, then they're putting the odds down at the bottom so that people can gamble during the fucking Golden Globes.
People are gambling on everything.
They're gambling on everything, but it's going to be a big fucking problem in this country. It already is. I'm telling you right now. I'm not against the gambling companies doing what they're doing, but they are multi-billion-dollar companies pushing their product like cigarettes back in the day, and we must be careful about this. And putting it on the fucking Golden Globes is, first of all, one big sellout. Second of all, what the fuck? If people want to gamble, they can figure out how to get to the website and see the odds. You don't need to put it up on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
that was weird
too.
That was weird. But otherwise,
they did have the first time the podcasts. I mean, we were almost there.
Almost there. We had been called
about
it. And my dad, he said, did you hear they're doing a podcast category on the Golden Globes? And I said, no. And he said, well, you'll never get it. Just wanted to share that with you. Bye. Yes, and it went to office. I went to
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler, whose podcast I like.
It's funny. I mean, she's great. I love her.
She's fantastic. She got a great personality. It's not my favorite podcast in the world, but she does great. It's light. It's fluffy. If you want light but long interviews with your favorite celebrities, she's there doing that, and that's her lane, and she does a great job in it. So
she does.
And then of course the Pit walks away with a bunch of awards, as they did with the Critics' Choice Awards. And I agree with every bit of this. All the accolades that they are getting, is well deserved.
I agree. I know I'm having to temper myself in watching the new season, because it started last week.
Yep.
I was like, Jeff, let's just hold off. Let's hold.
Me too.
Because I mean, I like to watch them.
Me too. I'm going to wait till week 4.
I was thinking the same thing. Let 3 of them come out, 4 of them come out.
I'll go 4, 4, and 4. I think there's 16 episodes. There was 13 last year. I think there's 16 this year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I'm mistaken. But season 3, they're already working on season number 3. So
it's huge, and for good reason.
And because I get the New York Times, the newspaper, after my Starbucks boyfriend told me I should get the Starbucks, a paper delivered to the house. They had a big inlay where it was all about a writer spent a couple weeks on the set for season number 2.
Okay.
Seeing if they could recreate the magic of season number 1. Every review that I have read says they did it. They nailed it. People who have had a chance to look at the first 5 episodes says they did it. They nailed it. So great. Keep that show going as long as it is. Let me share this. The blind date boyfriend.
Yes.
Jose. Jose. It's not Jose, but it could be Jose. He is also works in the medical profession. So I asked him, is this an accurate depiction? Because we talked about the show. Is this an accurate? He said every bit of
everybody that I hear that is in medical.
He's like, down to the way that they talk, they walk, the way that he's like, everything is so accurate except for one thing. And he goes, and it is absolutely reasonable to expect a television show would do this. The PPE that they wear is non-existent. He's like, but if there's blood splattering everywhere and body fluids everywhere, he's like, people have like 6 layers of stuff on.
Right.
He's like, it's not like they're in there without a face mask and a big glass, plexiglass
Right.
thing. He's like, but then that wouldn't be a TV show.
Yeah,
You'd just be
you
staring at
could
people's eyebrows.
right,
Yeah. I
right.
was like, yeah, that makes sense. All
Totally.
right. So
Well, I'm excited to see it, but I'm holding myself back.
me too. I'm going to do that, and then we can talk about it on the show in a
Mhm.
couple of weeks. We'll catch you up on the first couple episodes. But then also the young boy one for
Adolescence.
Adolescence,
I
which
need to see that.
I can't get through it. I can't.
That's the thing. I wanted to watch it, but when I figured out exactly what it was about, I was like,
can't.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's too difficult as a
Yeah.
parent to watch a child who obviously is a very good actor do a great job, and the parents there are some television shows as a parent that I just find
Mhm.
it hits way too close to home. Not that my child would ever kill anybody, but what happens if I don't even know what happens on the show because I couldn't
Right.
get through it.
Yeah, me
I watched
either.
like the first episode and I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
no,
it gets it's gotten a lot of awards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't delved into it.
No. And then who won? What was the who won for Best Picture?
Oh God.
I can't
I
remember
can't
now.
even remember now.
Yeah, I watched it and I can't
I
remember.
know.
Golden Globes 2026.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Oh, the winners, here they are.
Okay, give it to us.
Hamnet,
Oh, that one. For
that
Best
one
Picture.
for Best
Okay.
Picture.
I didn't even really know what that was.
That was for
but-
drama. One Battle After Another for musical or comedy.
Okay.
I didn't really think of that as a comedy, but all right.
It's got funny parts.
It
for
certainly
sure.
does. Even in the first 15, 20 minutes, it does. Animated, of course, K-pop Demon
Yes,
Hunter.
I knew they were going to win.
Non-English language, The Secret Agent. Have no idea what that's about, so I'm not going to talk about it. Hamnet won for Best Actress in a Drama. Wagner Morna won for Best Male Actor for The Secret Agent. Okay, cool. Rose Byrne, If I Had
love
Legs,
her.
I'd Kick
I
You.
want to see that.
Um,
Some of
Timothy
the stuff.
Chalalalame.
Sha-la-la-la-la.
There's our boy. Look at him.
Uh-huh.
Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another.
She was fantastic.
Stellan Skarsgård won for Sentimental Value.
Mhm.
Paul Thomas Anderson won for Best Director. Paul Thomas Anderson won for Best Screenplay. Sinners won. Golden, the song
Sinners
won.
was really good too.
I didn't watch Sinners yet.
Oh, it's good. You got to watch it.
Okay, I'll watch it. For sure, I'll watch it. What was the show that I watched that I wanted to talk to you about? Now I can't remember it. Hacks won. Jean Smart won for...
Oh, I love her. That's a great show
Hacks,
too.
it is. Noah Wiley won, of course. Rhea Seehorn won
Oh, yes.
for Pluribus.
Pluribus.
I
Gosh.
am not into it.
Really?
I'm sorry. I love Rhea,
Oh,
but
I
I'm
love
not
it.
into it. I'm just not into it.
Have you watched the whole thing?
No. No, I've watched like 3 episodes, and I'm
Okay.
just not into it.
Okay.
I think I was expecting something more Breaking Bad-ish,
Yeah.
and I got something more like
I mean,
darkly funny.
It's totally different.
It's totally different. And listen, if I'm Vince Gilligan, I'm probably saying to myself also, I don't want to do another Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Like I did that for 10 years of my life. I'm good doing something else. And good for him.
And he did the X-Files too, which I tend to forget about.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
He did do the X-Files. I wasn't into the X-Files either.
Oh,
but
you weren't. I loved
no,
that.
Not for me. Not for me. But yeah, listen, the Golden Globes was an entertaining
I thought it was too.
entertainment show.
And it seems intimate too with the tables, and they've
Yeah.
got the Moet champagne and
I read an article that said, let the actors get drunk again.
Yeah.
Right? Let it be kind of a shit show again. And I'm with that. But it also popped along. And no one stood up there for 6 hours giving some silly, speech and all that other stuff. And
Mhm.
some people alluded to what, political this or, we support that or we don't support this. And I can appreciate that. But they kept it mainly on point. So I liked that. Listen, the Golden Globes is an entertaining show when done correctly. As award show.
I kind of like the mix of the TV and movies,
I do.
you know.
I do. I'm all about that. I like the TV and movies because that fucking Oscars, that can really get like lengthy and
It
weird
can.
and boring.
So
And you're like, oh
formal,
my God.
too. Yeah.
And like the Grammys, I wish the Grammys were interesting, but to me, they're just
Yeah,
not.
I know.
They're just not. It should be the most entertaining show
It used to
in
be to
award
me
season. Me
when I
too.
was younger.
It was a must watch.
Yes.
The MTV Music Awards, the
Mhm.
Grammys. Those two had to be watched every year as a teenager, as a 20-something. And then it just got shitty and boring. And it always looks the same. It's always, dark stage, fucking LL Cool J's hosted 30 years in a row. And nothing against LL
No,
Cool
I
J.
love him.
But can we
but-
move on from LL Cool J? We get it. He's slick. He's cool. He's still in good shape at 72 years old. But can we get on with it? Can we get on with it?
Yeah.
Please. And then the MTV Music Awards. They
Well,
don't
are
even
they
play
still
music
around
anymore. Yeah,
anymore?
they're around, but no
Okay.
one cares. The Video Music Awards, yeah, they're still there.
And then I guess the other one is what, Emmys?
The Emmys,
That's
the
just-
Grammys, yeah.
That's just TV.
And of course, my favorite, the Tonys.
Yes.
We all tune into the Tonys.
Yes.
The Tonys. I mean, listen, there's a section of people who
Of
like
course.
the Tonys. There's a large portion of the population loves Broadway, and they appreciate that. But as a guy who lives in Atlanta, Georgia, I just don't see that many Broadway shows.
Right.
And I don't even know if I lived on Broadway, if I'd see that many Broadway shows.
Yeah.
I like them when they're done correctly. Yeah, I was talking to someone the other day. You know what I want to see? Apparently over in the UK, in London, they are doing the craziest Broadway shows.
Oh,
And people are
nice.
loving them.
West End.
Yes. Someone saw Shrek the musical. They said it was
Okay.
fantastic. Someone saw, what was it that they said they saw? So they did Shrek the musical. They said they loved it. Some guy started following me. He is the voice of Paddington Bear in
Oh,
Paddington, the musical. So
I love Paddington.
I thought it was a joke. I'm like, because it's like, is someone in a bear costume, like a
Yeah.
little bear costume, and then someone singing from backstage. That's the guy who was following me, the guy who's like singing, his voice is singing.
Wow.
And I thought this was a joke. When I saw the first reel come up on my thing, I was like, well, they don't
Yeah.
really have a Paddington Bear musical, do they? They do. And then I started watching clips of it, and I'm like, it's like winning all these awards. And I go, oh, okay, yep, I get it. Back to the Future.
Oh,
They did a
Back
Back to the Future Broadway in London, the multi-million-dollar musicals with like effects and fire, and the car goes flying through the theater and
What?
all this stuff. And I'm like, fuck,
That sounds fun.
if that came to, the art center that down the street from where I lived, I'd go see that. And then maybe I'd tune into the Tonys. But there's just some stuff about the Tonys. It's over my head.
Yeah, I just don't keep up with it enough. Right.
I don't think I'm classy enough to watch the Tonys. That's really what it is. I have an outsider's perspective.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I have a little bit of imposter syndrome when it comes to the Tonys. I don't know what I'm watching. I don't know who's watching me. Who's that? Why am I? But, that lady wins every time. What's her name? Who's the lady who wins every time?
Oh, Bernadette Peters?
Yeah, Bernadette Peters. That's right.
She's been around for so long. She's great.
She is. So congratulations to all the Golden Globe winners. They're all watching us for sure.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just had an Emmy Award winner on this show
That is
a
correct.
week ago.
Jeff Hiller.
A week ago, Jeff Hiller. You'll hear that
Mhm.
episode later on this week. Jeff Hiller, and he was great. And he was telling some stories about. He was on Pluribus too, wasn't he?
He was on just a small part in one episode.
Yeah, but he said it was like a huge production.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my god, they got money. They're
Well,
just
Vince,
money.
of course.
Yeah, two people in the bit now, 3 people in the business you're giving money to. Noah Wiley and his creative team over there, John Wells and all those other people. Vince and whatever he's doing, and then that other one who's doing all the the murder shows, OJ and
Oh, Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy. You're giving piles of cash to those 3
Yeah.
because they have guaranteed successful shows. Even their shitty shows are pretty good.
Mhm.
Like that show about the killer, the guy who was chopping up people and
Ed Gein?
Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Even
I
the
couldn't
Ed
get
Gein.
through all
story.
of that.
Oh, it's dark.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
started
dark.
it and I was like,
And now, having seen the real Ed Gein on a couple of documentaries,
Uh-huh.
I have to tell you, I don't know why he put that weird affectation on his voice. The actor made a choice to put a very weird, childlike affectation on his voice. It sounds nothing like Ed Gein. Ed Gein did not sound like that. But, creative liberties, I guess, and all that jazz, it makes it interesting at least. But now I'm bothered by it. I'm like, why did he do that? Is he a mass murderer? Is he a
Maybe.
mass murderer? Maybe. That might be the answer. All right. Also, UGA lost, and we're all sad. And
Wah, wah.
wah, wah. I can't believe UGA lost. It was a good game, though.
So did Ole Miss.
Well, yes, Ole Miss
God.
lost. So now we have who? Miami and Indiana.
Mm,
You know, Northern, Southern. There you go.
Okay.
What are we gonna do? I don't know. I'll watch the game, I guess. Are you gonna watch the game?
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, why not? You know. Listen, if it's not going to be my team, let it be some other team. I guess
Yeah.
I'll root for Indiana. I mean, I should root for Miami because I have a lot of family that lives down there.
Mm,
But I think I'll root for Indiana because,
'cause you just
I
wanna
also
go
have family
against.
up there. Yeah.
That's right.
Is it going to be the Irish family or the Venezuelan family that I root for?
Head to head.
Yeah.
It's a matchup.
Since I'm talking so much about Venezuela all over the place, maybe I'll root for them.
Yeah.
I'll go for Chicago. I'll go for the Irish one time. And then I'll be back to talking about Venezuela. Thanks to everybody who has been calling and texting in, saying kind words about my wife and her family. Everyone's okay. Everyone's good. Everyone's cool. Don't worry about it. We're all good. And things are stable down there that we're hearing.
That's good.
You know, there's drama in pockets, but
Mhm.
everything's stable. And President Trump will meet with Maria Machado, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, on Thursday.
I saw that.
Everyone will be looking forward to the outcome of that meeting, for sure.
That'll be interesting.
Love you too. People saying goodbye.
Yes.
Bye. Love you too.
Love
You don't want to
you.
hear the end of it?
Best to you.
You don't want to hear the end of it? That's the best part when we say goodbye. Actually, I can tell by the statistics that people tune out the second that music
The
starts.
music
Yeah, they're
starts.
like, see ya. Not interested in that. It's okay. I probably would do the same thing. I understand.
Yeah.
But I got to end the show somehow. I can't end the show before the music. That doesn't make any sense.
We have to have the music.
Yeah, what if I just stop the show? Just cut it at some point. Middle of Krissy's sentence. Bye.
Bye.
So anyway, everyone's okay down in Venezuela that we hear. And thank you very much for that. Okay, she's here. She's still here. She's staying. Thank you.
I mean,
I want to do this for my health. Check us out. You can now check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and Kick and Twitch. All those places we stream Tuesday and
Kicking and
Thursday.
twitching.
Kicking and twitching. The commercial break, TCB is kicking and twitching every Tuesday, every Thursday. And you can check us out on YouTube at The Commercial Break. You can actually at something. So go do that on YouTube. Find us on Instagram at The Commercial Break, TikTok, TCB Podcast. And you can find us everywhere else you're streaming. We're streaming in a million places. So go find us. You can chat with us like some people are doing. And then soon, settle down soon, we'll bring you in like a FaceTime
Yes.
phone call. Soon. We're
I'm
getting,
excited to do
we're
that.
adding layers as we
We are.
go along. Okay.
Where we're testing
Yeah.
baby steps.
Baby steps. Okay. And TCBpodcast.com. Go get your free sticker. Okay, Krissy. I guess that's all I can do for today.
I think so.
But you know what? I'm going to say I love you.
I love you too.
I'm going to say best to you.
Best to you.
Best to you out there in the podcast and streaming audience. Until the next time we meet, which will be Thursday. I will
Yes.
say, I do say, and we must say,
Goodbye.
goodbye.